Welcome to Library Choice YouTube channel. In today's class, we're going to learn how to make this beautiful mesh top that we see here. It's a crisscross top, as you can see, and then it has ostrich feathers on the hem. That is where it is crossing. It's a very simple tutorial. I'm going to take you through how I cut and sew this. It's something you like to learn. Stay tuned to the end. So for this, you can actually cut directly on your fabric ball. It's a mesh fabric. The chalk may not show very well and it is stretchy. So this is the fabric I'm working with. I'm just going to draft it on the paper and then I'm going to place it to cut my fabric. So I'm going to be drafting the front and back together. It does not have a zipper, it's stretchy. So it's just the neckline that makes it different. So the measurement you're going to need is just your shoulder, your bust, round waist, your full length and all of that. So the shoulder I'm working with is 18 inches, divided by 2 is 9. So here I'm going to mark 9 inches. For my shoulder slope, I'm going to come down by 1.5 inch. And then here I'm going to mark 3 inches for my neck width. So I'll go ahead and connect like this for my shoulder slope. Okay, so the next thing is to mark my round armhole measurement. The round armhole is 9, so from here I'm going to mark 9 inches, and then if I mark from the upper part, then it's just I have 10.5. So here I'm going to mark 10.5 so that I can have a straight line. Okay, so from there I'm going to mark my half length. Okay, and in this case the half length sort of like the underbust where the crisscross is going to stop. So for me that is 16.5. I'm just going to add half inches and I'll make that 17 inches. So I have 17 inches here, and then I'm going to go ahead and connect. Then the next is going to be the full length you want for your blouse. So for me, my paper is just 24 inches, 24.5. So I'm going to maintain that. If I want to increase it when I'm cutting on my fabric, I'm going to do that. So once you have all of this now, the next thing is to create your armhole. To do that, the 9 inches that I have as my shoulder, I'm going to mark it on my armhole line as well. And then I'm going to make that into a straight line. So on that line, you're going to get the midpoint, and then you're going to come in by half an inch there. So the next thing is to connect for your armhole. So from here I'm going to connect. The bust is 46, so 46 divided by 4 is 11.5. So here I'm going to mark 11.5, and then I'm going to find a way to link everything together. So that's my armhole right there. So the waist here is 38. 38 divided by 4 is 38 divided by 2 is around 19. So divided by 4 is going to be 9.5. So here I'm going to mark the 9.5. Then here you can take your hip measurement. The hip is 50. Divided by 4 is going to be 12.5. So I can just mark 12 inches because this is not up to my hip line. It's just a little above the hip. So I'm just going to mark it. So this is the measurement you are going to work with actually. But like I said, this is a mesh fabric. Okay, if you want it to be clinch to your body very well, then you can remove half an inch from this measurement, and you will still not put seam allowance. Okay, you will not put seam allowance because the fabric is quite stretchy. You can see this is the fabric. You can see it's very it's like net. It's very stretchy. So I'm just taking away half an inch from my actual measurement, and then by the time I sew again, it's still going to take more so that it can be fitted on the body, because that is how I want it. So this is my bodice now. So for the neckline, for the back, I'm going to mark 1 inch for my back neckline, 1 inch or 1.5 inches, and then for the front neckline I want to work with 4 or 4.5 inches. Okay, so you're going to take your ruler and then connect your necklines. That is all I need to do. I'm going to cut this out now, and that is what I'm going to use to cut out my fabric. Okay, so I have folded my fabric into 2 and I placed the pattern. So this is the back. Like I said, the length here is 24 inches. So I want it to be around 26. So I'm just going to increase it and then put half an inch allowance. So I'll cut it around here. So I'm just going to place it now, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut. So you can work with any length that you desire. So once you have this, I'm going to cut the side as well. Remember, there is no seam allowance in this, and I also reduced my measurement by half an inch. That's because I want mine to be clingy on the body. So this is the back neckline. We are going to cut the back first, and then I added a little bit of allowance on the shoulder, and I'm going to go ahead and cut the armhole as well. So I'm going to fold this fabric again now, and then I'm going to place this on it again and use that to cut the front. So I have laid my fabric again, and then I'm just going to follow what I have to cut the front. The only difference is just the neckline. So it is going to be exactly the same, no zipper allowance, nothing, just the front. So when I'm done cutting the body, I'm going to just take out the back and then cut the neckline for the front. Okay, so I'm done cutting it now. So I can just use this for my back. When you open it out, this is what you're going to have. And like I said, it's very stretchy, so you will see. You can see how much it is stretching. You can see it's very stretchy. That was why I deducted half an inch from my actual measurements, and then by the time I sew, it will be able to clinch the body. So you're going to bring the front now, and then you're going to cut the neck measurements that you want to use for the front. So once you are done with this, you can take out the pins that you use to hold the body. So it's going to have like a crisscross at the front, and like I said, I want it to end around the underbust area. So I'm going to cut a long strip of fabric, and then I'm going to use that to create the crisscross effect that I want. So this is it. This is the front. Okay, this is what the front looks like now. So for the crisscross, I have cut out my fabric already. The width of this fabric is around 18 inches. Okay, there's really no measurement to it. I'm going to be gathering it on my shoulder. So I just measured what I have on my shoulder and I multiplied it by around 3. But it depends on how wide you want it to be actually. So I have a width of about 18 inches here. You can sew it, but this fabric does not frill, so I'm not going to be sewing the edges. I'm just going to, okay, you can see this is 18 inches. I'm not going to be sewing the edges. I'm just going to fold it in because it's not going to frill. So I have 2 of each. Remember, my fabric have patterns, so I'm just trying to make sure that I maintain so that I will not go and place it upside down. So now what I'm going to do is to first sew it on the shoulder. I have 2 of it. This is the second one. So for the length, you can just measure how it's going to cross, then you add few inches to it so that you not have any shortage. The length that I have here now is about 34 inches. So I'm going to take it to the sewing machine, and then I'm going to gather these parts on the shoulder before I now cross it on each other. So to gather it, I'm going to leave few inches here. Remember, the neckline is not on yet, so I can just mark maybe maybe 1 inch away from my neckline. And then here as well, I'm going to be sewing a shoulder to it, so I can just leave out like half an inch, and then I'm going to go ahead and gather. Okay, so I am done sewing it to the shoulder. You can see this is the first one and this is the second one. So at the start, I folded it in just like I explained, so that this rough side is not going to show. And then I did the same thing to the other side as well. So the next thing is to cross it. So now this crossing is very important, and it depends on what you want to achieve. So if you want it to, you can see that our own neckline is a bit low. If you want yours to be like a turtle neckline and you want it to be high, so when you want to cross it, you can cross it and then you start joining it at the bust area. You can see this is where the armhole stops. This is the bust area. So from your shoulder, you can cross it to the bust, and then you do the same thing for this as well. That way this design is going to be high up. But for me, the crossing that I have here, I want it to be like maybe 2 to 3 inches away from where my neckline stops. So because of that, I'm not going to be crossing it on the armhole area. I'm going to bring it to around my waist. Okay, or you can just measure maybe 4 inches away from where your armhole line is, and then that is where I'm going to be doing my crossing. So you can see, so if I cross it that low, you will see that this is where my neckline is, and you can see where my crisscross is. So that's just the simple logic to it. If you want it to be high up, you cross it higher. If you want it to be low like this, you make your crossing low. So once I'm going to arrange it well now, and then pin it, and I will take it to my sewing machine and then hold it down. So once I hold it down, the next thing to do is to bring the back. Then you're going to lay the back on it, and you're going to sew it on the shoulder. It has a sleeve, so I've already cut out my sleeve as well. It's just a regular pencil sleeve. You just need to take note of the pattern. You can see this is an alphabet, so you don't want it to be upside down when you are cutting. So I'm going to be sewing the sleeve to it, and on the hem of the sleeve I'm going to be sewing ostrich feathers to it. So I have these ostrich feathers. After hemming the sleeve, I'm going to place it on it, and then I'm going to sew my feathers on it, just so that the sleeve will have a little bit of that effect there. So I'm going to do that and then sew it to the blouse. Then you're going to close it on this side. So that is all I'm going to be doing. It's easy, but I'm going to take it step by step. So now that I have done this crossing, I'm going to pin it down and then hold it with my stitch. So I have gone ahead to do all of that. You can see the shoulder is joined now. This is the shoulder. I've joined the shoulder, and also I hemmed it on the neckline. So for hemming, I just folded it in twice, because you can see the neckline is small. If you use a bias, it will not be able to stretch out. Okay, the bias will just make it it won't stretch, it will make it stiff. So you can see how it is stretching. This person will still be able to put their neck on it. So that was why, if you don't want to use this, if you want to, you can also pipe it with the same fabric as well. But because there is enough allowance for me, I just folded it tiny and then used that to hem it. So this is what we have now. I also fixed my sleeves to it. So to the hem of the sleeve, I sew my ostrich feather just like I explained. So I just sew a little bit to the hem, so that we just show that there is something on the hemline. So this is what we have now. This is what the dress looks like, the blouse, sorry. This is what the blouse looks like. So for the crisscross, You're going to have it like this, but if there's anything you want, or if there's any particular way you want it to stay after sewing it like this, you can just tack that place. But I think leaving it to just flow on its own is also not a bad idea. So this is what it looks like. You can see the crisscross effect that we have on the front area. So this is my neckline, this is the crisscross that we have, and this is the sleeve. So I'm going to go ahead to weave it now so that I can hem it, and then I'll take it to the mannequin so that we can see what it looks like. Is what it looks like on the mannequin. You can see how beautiful looking. It is very easy to make, very easy, and don't need so much fabric. So that is the ostrich feather at the hem, and that is where it is crossing on each other. I hope you enjoyed making this beautiful tutorial with me. If you enjoyed it, let us know. Like, comment, and subscribe.